We should ask ourselves in our most profound intimacy, what is there before the thought appears? What is there when the thought disappears? What is there before the body goes to sleep and before it wakes up? When we observe closely, we will find not the absence we took for granted, but a presence that cannot, however, be objectified. It is too near. It is our nearest. If we really know how to go to sleep, we will know how to die. We will be already familiar with dying, already familiar with the dissolution of the born. To do this, one must, before going to sleep, lay aside all qualifications. We must become as naked psychologically as we are physically. This means that we put aside all opinions, thoughts, worries, and ideas before we sleep. It is an offering of all that we are not. In letting go, there is an expansion of mind and body, and in all expansion is the forefeeling of reality. This should be done each time we sleep until we find that before the body wakes up in the morning, we are. Presence is already there. It is better not to postpone this letting go of the personal entity and all its qualifications until the actual moment of death. Otherwise, it is necessary to have someone who knows life to assist in the final letting go. This is supposedly the priest's role in the last rites. The function of the priest, shaman, lama, or other is to help one go knowingly through the threshold from the object world to the objectless world. It is to help the dying one forget all the residues of the person, and so to be open to a new dimension of life. It is an offering back to life of all the expressions that life gave us temporarily. Then what remains is original consciousness. But whoever is assisting someone over the threshold must be qualified to do so. This simply means that the personality must be absent. In assisting someone to die, one must die with them. The moment you die with the dying one, he or she is stimulated by your dying, by your giving up all qualifications. Timeless presence, love, has the power to free the dying person from the residues of identification with the phenomenal world. There is no place at all in this assistance for feelings of sadness, pity, fear, nor is there room for talking. All this keeps the dying one grasping on to the objective world. Ideally, the best way to die is in silence. But when one is steeped in the rituals of a religious tradition, these may help one, in the absence of a qualified priest or true friend, to let go of specific attachments. But the rites must be impersonal, give no hold to the person, as, for example, certain sounds draw one beyond the world of sentiment and emotion. The way to come to this letting go is, as I said, the same as before going to sleep. Everything that appears in the moment is seen as a fact. One takes note of the fact without analysis or interference, and feels the welcoming in this unconditional taking note. When we face in this way everything that appears, then the openness, attention, awareness in which the perception was welcomed comes back to us. We find ourselves in the light. This is the natural giving up without intention. So whether we are dying, and we must, are assisting someone to die, it is the same procedure. We take a knowing stand in consciousness. It is crucial to come to know death while still alive. The quality of life is completely different for one who knows letting go in the waking state. This is the real meaning of the word death. It is the real significance of the word sacrifice. As Meister Eckhart said, God is when I am not. We are only born after the death of all that is personal. Only when we are awake in nothingness can we speak of fullness. But there is another reason for not leaving the real dying until the last moment. There is the real danger that one will remain stuck to the expressions of life, and at the moment of death, emphasize the object, so that one is taken passively to what is beyond. And passively here means not knowingly. The question may arise, what difference does it make how I die? Consciousness is not affected by birth or death. There is not one moment without consciousness. So after the death of the body, consciousness is always there. But how one dies does make a difference, because after the death of the person, although consciousness is, it can be awake, conscious of itself, or not. Generally, after the death of the body-mind, this being consciousness is passive. It is not consciousness conscious of itself. What is of utmost importance, therefore, is to be knowingly consciousness, and this can only come about before the body dies. Since most of us only know ourselves as objects and do not know ourselves as consciousness, few after death dissolve in consciousness which knows itself. Consciousness which knows itself is fulfilled and does not look for further expression. As the residues of the body disperse in global energy, consciousness dissolves in its own light. There is nobody to go anywhere and nowhere to go. All ideas about different states and stages of the dissolution of energy are therefore meaningless to the awakened one, and a hindrance to the one who is in the process of letting go of all qualifications and attachments. Such concepts cause confusion. They are mind constructs, since there is no one left to know such things. As long as there are such ideas, there is still a somebody to know. And as long as there is still a somebody to know, there has been no real dying.